Termites! Welcome. Episode 197. We have many things to say about Stevie.
So busy.
We'll get to that. She had a very busy weekend. What are we drinking? Well, how fun is this? Because I was in Vermont. These people flew all the way from Chicago to the show and then brought me the Trapp Brewing, the Trapp family. I know the thing was only 40 minutes away, but
A lot of shit going on.
there was a lot of stuff going on that day. It's a Pilsner, Bohemian Style Lager, and there's a 12-pack.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and I love a Pilsner, so boom.
Nice.
And just that the Trapp has their own brewing. Good idea.
Well done.
I really want to go to the mansion someday
That's
because I love the sound of music,
That's
but
brewed on site.
that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, in their own deal. But I didn't make it this time. I had too many other things going on.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a drive from we'll get to that. And what are we going to try and eat? Well, we're going to try. I was kind of surprised nobody brought syrup backstage.
Maybe they're over it.
I think they're over it, and I would be too. The gas station was selling gallons, an actual gallon, a jug of syrup. I'm like, whoever has said to their roommate or significant other, hey, while you're down at the gas station, get me a gallon of syrup. A gallon? What the fuck are you going to do with a gallon of syrup? I guess does it stay good forever?
I think it depends on how much you...
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it's got sugar in it.
I like Aunt Jemima, but they've changed the name, and I couldn't even find it in the grocery store when I went looking for it for frozen waffles.
It's good.
It's called something else now. Like first, they changed the whole deal
Yeah.
because they finally got around to, hey, that's a little racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, only took them like 80 years, but okay.
Prove that.
Maybe we could approve it. Or I don't know, ask people to vote. I don't know. It still tastes as good. It's just, if you think you can't find it, it's because it now looks like the grocery store generic.
It's called the Pearl Milling Company.
The Pearl Milling Company. Is this too much information for the general public? I don't know. It's just for other people that like syrup. So this is Cabot Farm Pepper Jack seasoned cheese popcorn.
Nice.
This is from Vermont Termites, Tom and Annie. I got a lot of stuff in Troy too. I'll say thank you at the end.
You love pepper jack.
I do. Pretty good.
Okay.
B plus.
Wow.
It's a little,
It's a long way for a P+.
well, it's kind of soft.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's non-GMO kernels. What's that mean?
I don't know.
I don't either.
They're healthy.
They've been making them. It's from the Cooperative Farm family since 1919.
Nice.
Yeah, our old Vermont company.
Well done.
Good for you guys. Mm-hmm. It took a little. It's still in my
Yeah, I can see that.
between my
Crown.
my implant and my other crown and my other implant. I want to save those for that. Okay, that Haribo football mix. It's got footballs in here.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's all the things in football. I think.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh no, they're all this. Oh no, here's a football.
Nice.
This looks like a fish. What is? Oh, it's a helmet. I get it.
They did not nail it.
I can already tell you.
No?
No, they're not like. No, they're not like real gummy bears.
No.
They're cute. Kids will like them. Give them to your kids. Rot their teeth out.
Who brought those?
I do appreciate it though. That's from Heather and Shan.
That probably saved you $9.
It did. And it said kids and grown-ups will love them too. I think kids more, but let me see what other shapes there are. I could turn this into a gambling game. I'll bet you I get 5 helmets. I don't know what that one's supposed to be. Here's a shoe, football shoe, helmet. I don't know.
How about an upright?
No.
No.
That's too hard. Pedals, you can't have an upright. Jesus. Oh, this is the finger that people bring, the stuffed finger that they put on. Yeah.
Foam finger.
Yeah, foam finger.
Yeah. We have
All right. Oh, and a trophy. Haha. It's fun. You could turn that into a great gambling game if you're bored with the thing. Turn it into gambling. That's what makes everything fun in life. The last one, this is from these are Deep River sour cream and onion crinkle chips from a Zoomer termite, Catherine, that thinks I should run for vice president. So that's my own joke. So I get the jet, but not the problems.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, if Kamala wins or Trumpy wins, J.D. Vance or Tim Walz have the best gig ever in life, according to me. But I'm not a type A go-getter.
football gummies.
Well, these are very good.
Well, that's nice.
Deep River snacks. Yeah, gluten-free. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, where are these? I don't understand where these are from. Though. Hold on.
They're from Vermont.
Oh, they're from Vermont?
Yeah.
Oh, it's distributed by some Atlanta. But yeah. All right. Go. Well done, termites.
On the front it says over the Deep River.
It says because we give a chip
Oh.
instead of give a shit. Nah, they thought it was funny. See, you laughed. All right, they're winning. I'm gonna shut these down. All right. Where are we going? Oh my gosh. Salt Lake City this weekend.
Nice.
Yes, very exciting. To Kingsbury Hall, darling. Kingsbury Hall.
A couple termites said you didn't sound excited to go to Salt Lake.
That I didn't?
Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm very excited to go to Salt Lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's far, but you know, on Delta, nothing's far. It's so comfortable. And no, I really need a long flight to get shit done.
Yeah.
These tiny flights, I don't get anything done. And then the tinier, like from Burlington to Detroit, it was a tiny plane, and I was so fucking cold. And so was the guy next to me, so it made me feel good. It wasn't just me. Those tiny planes, where it's one seat on one side, two on the other.
They're always cold.
Yeah, it's like they don't have any insulation at all. And then you have to ask the pilot, can somebody ask up front, who's got the heat button? Who's got the thermostat? And the flight attendants are like, oh, do you think it's warm in here? Oh my God, lady, it's freezing. I mean, yes, it's freezing. That man is 40 years old and has a giant blanket over him.
I can't pick
I
up my
care-
screwdriver.
No, how am I supposed to enjoy a screwdriver with gummy bears at this hour in the morning? I love though the Delta flight attendants never look at you weird. You're like, look, I got a 2-hour nap. I really haven't been to bed. I'm still drinking. It's not that I've started drinking. I'm still drinking. Come on now. Yes, I'm excited about Salt Lake. I have a place there. I cannot think of the name of it that has the best sandwich I've ever eaten in my life. And I'm not a foodie. I don't really care. But I sent Lewis there the last time, and he took the guys with him, the guys that go on the road with him, and they had a wonderful lunch. And I never have a food recommendation for Lewis.
We'll need a video.
I will do a video.
Great.
Then October 25th and 26th, Spartanburg, South Carolina, and Wilmington, North Carolina.
Fun.
I don't know if I've ever been to Spartanburg.
I have. It's fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, any of the Carolina stuff I'm in.
Yeah.
Go get barbecue. Everything's fine. Nashville, November 9th. That's exciting at the Ryman historical venue. November 15th and 16th, Boston. Very excited. That'll be with Kelly McFarland. Ryman will be with Aaron Weber. These are the opening acts in case you know them or would like to go look them up.
Yeah.
Aaron is very funny. Kelly is very funny. Kelly is also Spartanburg and Wilmington, and Salt Lake, the very funny Michael Palasak.
Everybody likes Michael too.
That's why I never have the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, spread it out. Give everybody a job.
Yeah.
November 22nd, El Cajon, California.
Nice.
And then Riverside. I love Riverside. November 23rd. I keep getting confused. I'm like, why did I book myself on Thanksgiving? It's not. It's the week after. Thanksgiving's late this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. December 6th, Shippensburg, PA. I can honestly say I know I've never been there. Yeah. But the tickets are selling great. So there's people there, and they're excited. So yay. December 7th, Ben Salem. That's Parks Casino. Love that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun. I think they just released a few more tickets.
They released more? Because I thought it was sold
They
out.
just released
Oh, they did do the casino comp drop. Casino comp drop.
Yeah. Last call.
Yeah, that would be the very last call. And this weekend was Troy, New York, which was so fun. And the theater there, the Troy Music Hall, is where they filmed a bunch of scenes from the Gilded Age. And now I have to go back and watch season 1 and 2 so that I can see. They were filming in the theater in the boxes where if you didn't see it,
It's on your Instagram.
it's on Instagram, but in the show, it's all about the Gilded Age of the early 1900s in New York City. And I did not know that before the Metropolitan Opera, the Met, there was an older one called the Academy of Music. And that's where those super blue blood, super rich people. Then the new money came in and they couldn't get into that one. So they said, fuck you. It's like a country club situation. We'll just open our own. And so all the opera scenes are filmed in the boxes that were in the Troy Music Hall. It was just a super fun, the whole thing. And then I found this pub, McGeary's. And how cool is this? So this bartender, I went in to get lunch and I got a Guinness and a French dip and nothing was happening in there. And then at the end, the bartender's name was a woman named Alex. she said, "Oh, I'm a fan," and she goes, "I didn't want to make a big deal out of it." I go, "Oh, that's awesome." I go, "I'm a fan of your bar." I didn't think she owned it, which she might have. I don't know. And then I gave her 2 tickets. She got to come to the show.
Fun.
Made sure she got a free T-shirt.
Cool.
Just every once in a while, you get just such a cool bartender.
Yeah.
Like, because if you come out of the gate with that, then I may have to talk about comedy for a long time.
Yeah.
And in that particular situation, I was irritated with something with work, so I probably didn't want to. But it was just a great, if you're ever in Troy, and then took a 3-hour drive up to Vermont.
Cool.
Yeah. I texted my New England friends, what is everyone's opinion about Vermont? I mean, from you people that live up here.
Right.
They all have such funny, I can't even say, I won't say, but the fall colors were beautiful. There were quite a few hoarders on the way up. I wasn't expecting that out of Vermont. I was picturing more Martha Stewart. Quaint, yeah. And this is a little more like, holy shit, look at that house. I know that's Connecticut. I know. Mm-hmm.
God.
But it was absolutely beautiful. And I could see, and Bernie Sanders is running again up there. He's 82.
Oh my God. Really?
I saw a bunch of signs. I'm like, wait, you mean now? Or is this an old sign?
Right.
Like, that's when you're too old to vote, when I don't know if the sign is old or you are this old. Yeah, if he wins, he will be 88 when he's done.
Holy shit.
They love him.
Well, I love him. But
I love Bernie. But, well, I do jokes in my act. Like, I always think Bernie's right. It's just his solutions are a little too socialistic for the average person. You know, there's 400 people that have all the wealth in this country, and the simplest solution is simple. We're going to kill those 400 people. You're like, wow, Grandpa. I don't think, can we do that? I mean, I know they're in Fortune magazine. I can name like 10 of them just from this podcast. Alice Walton, that's the Walmart lady. The Betancourt lady's French. We can't kill her. She's got nothing to do with it. The L'Oreal. Lewis is all about Bernie because Lewis basically would say he's a socialist, but it's not going to fly in America. I know. And then one time I bought a bobblehead of Bernie on his website to send to Lewis as a joke. And then I had to put my credit card shit in. That was a terrible error because, oh my God. And it's not Bernie anymore. They sell the list. They sell that shit. I'm getting texts from people.
They'll share them.
The texts for places where I can't vote.
Right.
Pennsylvania sent me something. Vote for Hoop-de-Hoo. Who's this person? And then it says Pennsylvania block.
Right.
It's so annoying. And when millionaires and billionaires are asking us for $5,
What are we doing?
yeah,
Yeah.
really? You need my $5? Well, that's your fault.
Manage your stuff.
One more piece of business before we go further, because I'm super excited.
This is so cool.
Yes, this was just a whim. So the graphic artist that does the crazy things for me, Greg, I said I want to make a Halloween shirt for the Pubcast, and I want Baby Cat to be a princess vampire. Now, I know those are confusing. They battle one another, princess/vampire. Well, I'm going to hold it up for you YouTube people.
Oh, cool.
He nailed it. She has a green jewel like a princess. He gave her fangs. I just love it. And then it says Madigan's Pubcast on the front. So those are only online. Unless I choose to bring merch, which...
We didn't do many of them.
Am I taking merch to Salt Lake City?
You were.
I am. Okay. I'm bringing... Will these be going?
Yes.
Okay. So Salt Lake if you guys want. That's just a little business area. Now let's move on. Oh my God. So much news. Let's start with Stevie, shall we? On Saturday Night Live.
Are we in the court right now?
We're in the court.
Queen news.
We have Queen and King news. Very exciting. First of all, if you watched all of Saturday Night Live, and I recorded it, but I was back in the hotel in time to see the first half hour.
Of course you were.
Yeah. Because I had to take a 2-hour nap to get up for 3 o'clock for a flight. Ariana Grande, I don't really, honestly, I mean, no termites will care, but I don't really know what she sings. And then I was like, I think I did the Tonight Show with her once. And then I had to look it up. No, it was Demi Lovato. So that's probably just
The children.
youthist on my part. I don't know. It's some child out there singing. But I'm back at the, you could see it from side. I'm like, oh, who's this young person, whatever. So I have not done the Tonight Show with her. But she was so good and so funny in the roles where they said, okay, you got to be the straight man here and you're the serious person. She got it. She nailed it. And her impression of Celine Dion, I don't really think there's anything better I've never seen anyone do a better impression. It was so funny. The whole thing, Gwen Stefani, she was so good. And then Stevie came. Yay, Stevie. The Lighthouse song, Termites, I think we all know. I think we could have helped the beginning of that a little bit. It's a little, so yeah, not to stir up controversy here. It's a pro-choice song about Roe v. Wade. Yeah. She's old enough. She feels like she can spout that out. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, the great news is I don't think Stevie has an actual phone, so she won't see social media. And just tell her, don't look on the computer because the right is going to come looking for you and say mean, bad things. Stevie don't care.
No.
So good for her. You got your opinion? Say it out loud. I don't care if you're an athlete, a singer, a comedian. If you want to do it, you should be able to do it. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't like Stevie anymore. I mean, look, I don't agree with Harrison Butker, the kicker for Kansas City, but fuck, I'd trade for him in a hot minute. He's great. He's great at kicking a ball. I don't care what he thinks about what I should do with my life and whose kids I should raise. Blah, 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 blah. If you agree with him, good for you. If you don't, he's a great kicker. Take him off fantasy.
Yeah.
Then she did Edge of 17 at the end, and you just can't top that. Even Jim Gaffigan he said that he'd never seen, and he's done Saturday Night Live a billion times, he'd never seen the whole cast and crew come side stage to watch somebody perform.
That's cool.
Yeah, because usually maybe half will come or whatever. It was always a big deal. I remember one time I did the Tonight Show with Sade, but I still didn't know how to say it right. Yeah. I'm like, Sadie? Is her name Sadie? What was the song? Smooth Operator. But she had a whole closed set during the day, which means none of us could come till after this crazy time.
All day?
Right.
Come on.
I'm like, lady, you're no Celine, okay? You're no Stevie. And Stevie didn't even do that. I don't know. Maybe she had a crazy stalker. You never know with those things. But I'd say half the people went to go over to the side to watch Sade.
True.
I mean... You're giving me the sweetest taboo.
Never heard that song.
Yeah.
No.
In love, coast to coast, LA to Chicago. Whichever comedian went, one of those isn't a coast. You meant coast to Midwest, then Midwest to coast. Chicago is not a coast. Maybe Michigan, Michigan fooled her.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's too hard.
That's enough of my old work stories. But Stevie did great. I threw it on the chords. That's never good.
Okay.
Is everything still working?
Operating.
Great.
Yeah, we're good.
Stevie did great, and that's that. So now we move on.
She was great.
Yes.
I like the chorus of that song.
The chorus is good. Once she gets going, it's that beginning part.
It's hard.
And she's 76.
And she doesn't really sing.
What do we want from people? No. And then at one point she just goes, or... In the song, says you can do A or B, but she goes, or. I'm like, whoa. Says somebody, tell her she's talking now. This is like, Dolly Parton's allowed to stop in the middle of a song and talk. So I always call her talking breaks, where she's, I wish you joy, and happiness, and all the things. I'm like, whoa, we're talk singing now.
I wish you.
But most of all, I wish you love. All right. You guys don't need to hear that.
Your sing-along, by the way, the other night, I saw.
My sing, oh my God, at McGeary's, I liked it so much in the day. I went back, and it had been taken over by the children, and they had the jukebox going, and they all agreed on every song. I had never been in a bar like this, where they were all singing every single song, but the Celine Dion song, "Coming Back to Me Now," no one can sing it. It was just a train wreck of drunks that were but fun drunks in Troy. But technically, that bar's in Albany. I should give Albany the shout out for McGarry's. But
I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, it was on Saturdays. If you get down there about 11:15, those kids with the jukebox are just because I was like, is there someone singing?
Right.
They did a Chapel Roan song, but when then the Celine came on, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be epic. So I filmed a little bit of it. From the moment you left into the slamming of the door.
Just fists in the air.
Yeah, they were, and they didn't even seem drunk yet. They were like pleasantly drunk. It was just fun. King news.
Jelly.
Jelly Belly. He's getting his own bar in Nashville, and he's the first person that's actually from Nashville to have a bar down there.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
I really hope Garth Brooks didn't do what they said, because that's going to taint the chicken fingers and that Trisha makes. And I hope Trisha doesn't lose focus here. Look, I know your husband's being accused of some terrible things, but could you just don't you worry about him. You keep herbs and spices. You keep your focus on the perfect light amount of batter and the perfect amount of frying time. You don't want to see those go away. Jelly Roll is set to make his mark in his hometown of Nashville by opening in a bar. Several country superstars own bars, including Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Alan Jackson. Well, who's Alan? What's Alan Jackson's bar?
It's next to Rippy's.
It's next to Rippy's. Huh. I never even noticed.
I don't think we've been there.
I'm going to go in there.
Okay.
Miranda Lambert, Kid Rock. In the past year, Garth Brooks and Eric Church have opened bars. I liked Eric's. Garth, I only like the roof, and I want to see Trisha's, but you can't. It's private. Yep. It's going to be really private now.
Maybe you can rent it out.
I bet you can rent it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll rent it after I do the Ryman.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallace is opening one. Oh, it's already open. His is the best. His is my favorite.
great.
Whatever you think about him, I know he misbehaves. He's got his redneck side where he does bad things sometimes. Well, debatable bad things, I suppose. But he's given a lot of relief help to the hurricane. So good boy.
Yeah.
You go make some shit up for some crazy things you've done. You can't throw chairs off bar roofs. At cops. Jesus. Jesus.
Be good.
This is the kind of shit where if I had a 25-year-old kid, I don't even know how to talk to you anymore. You threw a goddamn piece of furniture off a roof at a cop? Where do we start?
Right.
How drunk were you, I guess? And where were your friends?
Right.
Because I don't trust whoever you went out with. I don't want you ever hanging out with them again. But I can't talk to him like he's 15. He's 25 years old.
Exactly.
Jelly Roll, whose real name is Jason DeFort, announced the new venture on a podcast, and it will include a back bar named after his late dad, Buddy.
Cool.
It's gonna be called Goodnight Nashville.
I like it.
He's not going to give any more details on that right now about when it's going to open. I don't think he wants to be held to a date.
Right.
So there you go, Jelly Roll fans. I will be there. I hope I get invited to his opening deal. Yeah. I might see him next week, just by accident.
Taylor.
Tay has donated $5 million to Hurricane Helene and Milton
So great.
relief efforts. Good job. Good job, youngster.
Yep.
And she, there's something else she did this week. Oh, the other thing. Oh, no, here's what it was. Stevie had on a Tay-Tay bracelet on SNL, and all of the children noticed immediately. It was the Tortured Poets Department. It's $40 on the website if you would like to acquire one.
I think it deserves a goat.
Oh, yeah, Stevie wearing Tay-Tay stuff. A big queen, lots of queen news. Here you go. Who's a fan of this court? Who would like to meet Cher?
Me.
Okay. Well, you can do that. She's going on her book tour.
Oh.
I don't know how these things work. Oh, you buy tickets. Oh, I thought people just showed up.
She'll come to Nashville.
I don't know how that shit works. No, she's not coming to Nashville.
What? Why?
That's what Cher would say to Nashville. Cher is global.
I know.
She is not coming to Tennessee. She's going to New York.
Of course.
At the Temple Emmanuel L. at the Stryker Cultural Center. Bookseller, Barnes & Noble. Yeah.
Okay.
Inglewood, New Jersey. The Bergen Performing Arts Center. I'm sure I've worked there.
You have.
Yeah. Bookseller, Bookends, Bookstore. Purchase tickets. London. See how that said London instead of Nashville?
Ontario.
London, Ontario, Canada. Gonna be a huge Thursday. No, it's London, England, November 25th at the Fane at the Lyceum Theatre. Booksellers, Waterstones.
Cool.
Why do we need to know that?
Because that's where you buy your tickets, is to get people into bookstores.
There's a purchase ticket thing link on there. I don't need to know that. Beverly Hills, California. So she'll just drive down from wherever. Maybe she could swing by the Chateau Marmont and yell at her son. God damn it. Quit smoking cigarettes and get out of that bush. How drunk are you? Why are you sleeping in a bush?
Why are you sleeping in a bush?
Beverly Hills, California, December 2nd. And San Francisco, see how that also doesn't say Nashville? December 4th at the Golden Gate Theater. So she's going to be in a theater. She's going to, it's a 2-part memoir. Oh my God. Oh, you know who else is writing one?
Who?
Shirley MacLaine. She's 90. Come on, man. Who are these people's agents? Here's what I'm going to do. Get all my clients that are 70 and go, are you ever thinking about writing a memoir? Because now's the time. Not when you're 90.
No.
She was on CBS Sunday Morning, as we all know, that is permanently on my television because of Lewis Black. And she's fine for 90. But, I mean, everybody she's talking about is dead. I mean, I hate to say that. It's sad. But Aubrey Hepburn's dead. Elizabeth Taylor's dead. Your fan base, I would be probably the youngest of the fan base.
Right.
And I'm not going to read a book about people I don't know what Aubrey Hepburn, I know she's an actor, but I don't. Audrey. Well, there you go. Aubrey is the wonderful youngster who takes care of the cats when I'm gone. Audrey. Whatevs. I mean, I know she was in Breakfast with Tiffany's. And then like Shirley.
Tiffany's. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, breakfast at or in? Well, we're going in if we're there. So breakfast at, that's how Midwest people say it. Where'd you have breakfast at?
There's a song about it.
And I say, what about breakfast
With Tiffany.
at Tiffany's? You said, I remember. Na, 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 na. I like that song.
Great song. We'll learn it later.
This is yeah, I'll get back into that. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like these people aren't being guided correctly. No. Like, if we're going to do a memoir deal, 65 would be a good time.
Absolutely.
Because guess what? Nothing crazy's happening after that anyway. No. And if so, we'll add a last chapter. But let's chop. Let's get going, Shirley.
Right.
90.
Shirley, you can do it, Shirley.
Shirley, you can do it. Oh. I forgot to do this last week. And he's not a king in this court because he was too old. But a little shout out, because my dad really liked him. I really liked him. And I got to see him one time in Nashville. Kris Kristofferson died. Yeah, but he was an old turtle. So that's fine.
So cool.
He had a nice life. But he was it was so crazy. So it was at this bar in Nashville. The Basement East. And these things pop up down here. That's why it was such a fun city to live in. And they were like, oh, Tuesday night, Kris Kristofferson is going to be at the basement. I'm like, what? At a bar? It's like 200 people if you're standing, which is usually what the deal is. There's back bars and you just hang out.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I called Little Dorf. I'm like, we're going. And he just came out. He's like, hi, I'm Kris. There was no intro.
Wow.
And there was a band.
Cool.
He sang great. This was probably 5-6 years ago.
It's on your Instagram.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's on my Instagram.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
This is how crazy, though. He was a Rhodes Scholar. He was a track and field star.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he graduated summa cum laude.
Oh, wow.
However you say it. I don't even know how to say it. That's probably
Sumo couldn't loudy.
sumo wrestler.
He's a sumo wrestler.
He got a scholarship to Oxford. While over there, he became a star boxer. He played rugby and began writing songs. And he graduated with a bachelor's of philosophy and English literature and degree. He also began recording music while at Oxford, although he was unsuccessful. He decided to follow in his father's footsteps, and join the military. His father had become a major general and served in World War II in Korea, more or less making service to the country of the family business. He enlisted in the Army, eventually became a helicopter pilot in Ranger School.
Whoa.
This guy, I mean, this is like a crazy wizard, smart person to be able to do all that.
Yeah.
He offered down a teaching post at West Point. He said, no, I'm busy. And then problem is he didn't have any jobs. So he went to Nashville and he became a janitor so he could write songs. His family disowned him for this.
What?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
He said to Rolling Stone that his mom said, I was an embarrassment to the family. I've given them moments of pride when I got my Rhodes Scholarship. But she said they'll never measure up to the tremendous disappointment you have always been.
Oh, my God.
Why, what an asshole.
Yeah. Wow, that's terrible.
And they also said, don't visit any of the other relatives. You're a disgrace to us.
Well, they're not in charge of him anymore.
His dad was a little less crazy about all that. But yeah, I mean, what a multi-talented person. And then to have your parents, geez, pretty harsh.
Very.
Yeah.
Not very nice.
And he didn't seem like a bitter, angry guy. You think he might be a little pissed off about all that.
He seemed very sweet.
Yeah, he seemed very gentle. And smoking hot. Moving on to updates. Is that everybody? Tommy Salami did a pretty good job broadcasting.
The cowboy game.
The Cowboy game, which, oh my God, that's what I want to talk about. Because I live for Mondays. I live to see Stephen A. Smith on First Take because he hates the Cowboys on an unnatural level. Like, I don't hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys fans. I just cannot believe Jerry Jones. And he's such an egomaniac. Like, he landed his helicopter at the Cowboys practice field while they're trying to practice. Dude, that's a distraction.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, what? Jerry does never sees himself as part of the problem.
No. Nope.
That game, the Lions, and I love the Lions, and I love Jared Goff, and I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he was on that show Receiver. He's super smart. Like, he speaks German. He's crazy smart. David Montgomery on my fantasy team. Boom, boom, so many points. I was just crushing people left and right. And to watch Jerry Jones on his birthday in Cowboys Stadium. What was the final score? Like 47 to, and they kind of let up at the end. 49 to, they let him have like one touchdown at the end.
Cowboys Lions 47 to 9.
47 to 9.
There was no touchdown.
Oh, there was no touchdown.
3 field goals.
And that, I mean, normal people, I think, would go, this isn't a very interesting game, Kathleen. Why do you still have it on? I love every minute of it. And I feel terribly sorry for all my Cowboy friends because it's never going to be okay with Jerry in charge. He forgot to get a running back. How do you forget that? You have no running game. You gave away Tony Pollard, and Derek said he wanted to come. Thank God for Derrick Henry. He did not do that. He went somewhere else to Baltimore, and they're doing great, and he's doing great. I can't explain what joy. And then they said, he said, there was a guy on First Take,
Dan Orlovsky.
but Stephen A. Smith always comes out with a cowboy hat on and smoking a cigar. And it was Stephen A. Smith's birthday today, and he wasn't supposed to come in because it's a holiday. And he's like, oh, you didn't expect to see me. He's so overjoyed he couldn't stop himself. He got in a town car from wherever, or he got in his car and he drove into Manhattan. And he's like, oh, but I'm here. I couldn't stay away. Howdy. I don't know. I got to Google, like, what has happened that Stephen A. Smith has this thing. But I love every minute of it. And then this Dan guy who's on the show was like, Jerry Jones said he was shocked. And he goes, how? How could you be shocked? You have no running game. And you also, by the way, can't stop their running game. What do you think the result is going to be? All right, that's enough football talk. I know I get off sometimes on the football talking.
It's like it. They say so.
Well, thank you, Termite. But here we go. Update.
We're moving on.
Moving on. Buc-ee's first Virginia location will open July 4th. They have set a date. Construction on the new Buc-ee's Travel Center in Rockingham County, located off exit 240 on Interstate 81, is about 35% complete, with plans to open on July 4th, 2025. By the way, jobs in that place pay great, and I'm not even kidding.
No.
Buc-ee's jobs pay crazy. Interior work and finishing walls with its installation, while exterior work focuses on siding and stone veneer. The county is closely inspecting the site to ensure the project stays on track. 2 dedicated turn lanes will be constructed to ease the traffic flow.
Nice.
There you go, Virginia. July 4th.
Nice.
God, imagine how many people will be there.
So great.
Holy shit, they found it.
Oh, moving on. Okay.
We're moving on.
One update?
That's all I had.
It's okay.
The rest of it was king and queen news.
You don't have to apologize.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried hard.
Yep. Just making sure we didn't miss anything. Okay. I'm sorry. I wrecked it. Go ahead. You have to do it again.
Holy shit, they found it. Thank you. Did you guys even know this existed? I didn't. You know, they always talk about the woolly mammoth, right?
Yep.
There was a woolly rhino.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Found preserved in Russian permafrost after 32,000 years. That's right. We're one step closer to Jurassic Park, and I am here for it. Let's start making stuff up, make shit that died 32,000 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they found one in Russia, and its skin and fur are still intact.
Oh,
because it was frozen. It was 4 years old when it died. Combined with its good state of preservation, it's allowed scientists to learn more about the now extinct species. The vast majority of remains from Ice Age animals are bones and teeth without any skin or flesh or anything like that, said so-and-so professor of evolutionary something at Stockholm University. There's probably like 1 in 10,000, something like that, when you run into something like this. Wow. 1 in 10,000.
That's crazy.
With that said, there are lots of samples coming out of permafrost every year, so it seems to happen on a yearly basis, but not to this extent. That's the thing. The woolly rhino, in case you were wondering, roamed eastern Siberia more than 30,000 years ago. It would have been one of the largest herbivores in the Ice Age ecosystem, second only to the woolly mammoth.
Wow.
That's very exciting.
That's super cool.
Why not make one again? See what happens.
Let's get it going.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the weather's so wacky with climate change, it seems like we might be on our way out. Let's create some crazy shit. Yeah.
Call the children.
Yeah. People say there's nothing wrong with the weather. Okay, look, I don't know why. I flunked science, but I can tell you.
There's problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's another holy shit. They found it. Oh, my gosh. Mehmet, that's his name. Eamon Salop, a villager in Turkey's eastern province of something I can't pronounce, discovered an 84 square meter single piece mosaic floor depicting life, natural life. He found it in August. And they've just told people because they don't want people going over there and doing shit. He was digging up holes to plant saplings on a field. Can you imagine?
No, it's crazy.
Hey, I went up to Lowe's and I got some tiny saplings. And we'll go, oh my God, look, it's a Roman floor. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so beautiful. We'll put a picture up. To think that you could find, they're going to, with Mehmet, because he's a good person, he called the people in charge, and they're going to come carefully dig the whole thing up and then carefully move the whole thing.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and he won't get any money or nothing, but he'll get a little plaque, I'm sure.
Yep.
And maybe they'll help him plant the saplings. Wouldn't that be a nice fair trade?
I like it.
Because Mehmet doesn't look too young, and his back might hurt, because mine would.
His back might hurt.
Planting is hard. I went out and cut a bunch of shit down at it, and I was out there for like 40 minutes, and I had to use that ice hot stuff. That's how bad my back hurt. Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, I did an hour of work. He bought the land for $3,500. We purchased the land in 2020 for vineyard and garden purposes. When I began planting saplings, I discovered the floor mosaic. Aware of its significance, I contacted the museum. Since that day, I've been on site working and doing my best.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a wonderful little story.
Very cool.
Good for Mehmet.
Good job,
Now,
Mehmet.
a lot of people don't know this, but today is Indigenous People Day.
Yes.
And I did not know it was a holiday, and somebody needs to explain to me why I had to do a podcast at 11 o'clock today, because it's not a, quote, work day.
Not this podcast.
No, I did a different one.
I'm also.
No, it was super fun. It was called Cast. It was all about, it's all about the Midwest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this guy Charlie, he's super cool.
When does it come out?
I don't know. They always tell me later.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing about podcasts. I do a lot of them, and I mean, if they don't tell me, I can't even tell you if it did come out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. They have to be in charge of telling me. Indigenous People Day used to be called Christopher Columbus Day, and now there's all kinds of fighting about that. But here's the thing. Let's just start.
It's also Canadian things.
It's also Canadian Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Paddles. Yours is more of a festive harvest celebration.
Yes.
Ours has more to do with some bad history.
Drama. Yeah.
Not that you guys didn't do bad things too.
Oh.
You want to talk about that?
No.
Huh?
No.
What the Canadians may or may not have done
It's horrible.
to the Indigenous people?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody was very nice back then. No. It was everybody, that doesn't make it right just because everybody was doing it. But here's the thing. Columbus Day was always screwed up anyway because he didn't really find America. The Vikings were here way, way before that.
Exactly.
It should have been called Viking Day.
Exactly.
Right.
Viking.
Or who's before the Vikings? The indigenous people that were already here.
Exactly.
Where'd they come from?
Well, they walked across.
They walked across during the Ice Age with the woolly rhino. I think we all know these things.
Everyone knows that.
So we just gave it to Christopher.
Right.
Then the Italians claimed Christopher. And now they're saying he was Spanish and Jewish.
What?
Yes.
Spewish.
Lewis is so happy.
This is happy.
You know who else was, they think Jewish, and there's the Star of David on his tombstone.
I know this.
Elvis.
I know.
And I'll never forget it. I've been to Memphis 1,000 times. I've been to Graceland probably in my life 10 times.
I have to.
You can never get enough of it. And I don't even really care about it. I mean, I'm not like my mom. I wasn't crying when I saw a video of Elvis. Oh, like, no. I mean, I think he had a wonderful voice. And I like, what's the Kentucky song I like so much? Kentucky Rain, yeah. And they go, Kentucky Rain.
I like Suspicious Minds.
Suspicious Minds. He's had a lot of good ones. And his version of Willie Nelson's song,
You Were Always on My Mind.
You Were Always on My Mind. Wonderful voice, super smoking hot. He just wasn't of my generation. He's of my mom's generation. And so I went one time with my mom and her sisters, all my aunts. We had so much fun. Anyway, the last time I was there, I was like, wait a minute. And what? Oh, Dee Dee's my friend. She took me on I got to go earlier than the other people.
Super cool.
I know, because she pulled the keys to the front door at Graceland out of her purse. And I went, holy shit, you have the keys? She goes, well, somebody's got to open it. And I thought, yeah, you're right about that.
That's fantastic.
I just never thought could do that. When you get to the backyard, there's Elvis's grave, and now Lisa Marie is there, and her son.
That's sad.
It's all very sad.
very sad.
But I'm like, whoa. Why is there a Star of David?
Yeah.
Was he Jew? And they think his mother's side may have been Jewish. They don't know any of this for sure, but they also lived underneath a Jewish family who was extremely helpful to them when they didn't have any money.
That's nice.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't even know why I got off on that tangent, but Christopher Columbus.
Yes.
Centuries old mystery of Columbus is
Jewish.
true, or right, because he's Jewish. Now they saying he's a Sephardic. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sephardic Jew. Lou's an Ashkenazi Jewish person. There's two.
I don't know the difference.
Louis explained it to me in text, and I already forgot.
Okay. We'll bring him on.
Well, no. The second group, Sephardic, is from like Spain and Portugal. And then Lou's like the Eastern. Lou's a Russian Jewish, and the Eastern European Jews, I believe. Or no, Western, I don't know. Do Ashkenazi, see. I could turn on my phone, but
How do I even spell Ashkenazi?
I don't know. Aka,
AKA.
Nazi, like little Nas. Nas.
No, totally wrong.
I know.
Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi.
Meaning? Central or Eastern Europe?
Central or Eastern Europe. Yeah, Lou's Russian at the end of the day.
Rhineland.
So anyway, you don't hear of Sephardic very much. And then I said, were they shepherds?
Wow.
Right? That's a logical conclusion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The 15th century explorer Christopher Columbus was a Sephardic, if I'm saying that right. If not, I apologize to all those kind of Jewish people. From Western Europe, Spanish scientists said on Saturday, after using DNA analysis to tackle centuries-old mystery. Several countries have argued over the origins and the final burying place of the figure who led the Spanish-funded expeditions from the 1490s onward, opening the way for European conquest of the Americas. Many historians have questioned the traditional theory that he came from Genoa, Italy. Other theories range from him being a Spanish Jew or a Greek or Basque or Portuguese or British. Well, geez, guys.
Or Canadian.
To solve the mystery, this is what I like. Let's get on it. Researchers conducted a 22 years they did this investigation, led by so-and-so, by testing tiny samples of remains buried in Seville Cathedral, long marked by authorities as the last resting place of Columbus, though there have been rival claims. Okay. Right. So we're not even sure, but I have an article after this that he definitely, they did find, but wait till you hear where else he's been. Okay. Jesus, God. They compared those with known relatives and descendants, and their findings were announced in a documentary titled Columbus DNA, The True Origin, on Spain's national broadcast TVE on Saturday. We have DNA from Christopher Columbus, very partial but sufficient. We have DNA from Hernando Colon, his son. Okay. And both Y chromosomes and the DNA transmitted by the mother are traits compatible with the Jewish origin. Okay. About 300,000 Jews lived in Spain before the Catholic monarchs Isabella and Ferdinand ordered Jews and Muslims to convert to the Catholic faith or leave the country.
It's a great name. Ferdinand.
Ferdinand?
Yep. Love it.
Ferd. What's that short for? What do we do for the short version? Ferd?
Bird.
The Sephardic comes from something. Forget that. It's too hard. They had 25 possible places. They say it is only possible for him to have been born in Western Europe. So he died in Spain in 1506, but he wished to be buried on the island of Hispaniola that is shared by the Dominican Republic and Haiti. His remains were taken there for 1542. Then they moved to Cuba in 1795.
Oh my God.
And then no shit.
Wow.
This is a lot of just dragging a dead body around or whatever is left. And then he went back to Spain in 1898.
And then,
These are very long boat rides. Yeah.
oh wow.
And they're saying these are for sure his remains in the his son made sure that they were in Seville, Spain.
Nice.
No. Traditional theory posted he was from Genoa, Italy. However, other nations claim to be his birthplace, including Portugal, Ireland.
Come on. We're nowhere near.
Guys, what are we doing?
on.
We can't jump in on this one.
No.
Have you seen the pictures of the paintings of him? There's nothing Irish looking about this guy. No.
No.
Sweden?
No.
No. Croatia? I don't know enough about it. That would be my vote on a game show. If I'm your lifeline, just know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody saw him once. Okay, moving on. More news. Utah. Speaking of Salt Lake City.
Here we go.
This is crazy. I'm so proud of Utah. So they got a hockey team. It used to be the Phoenix Coyotes. And they kept the Phoenix Coyotes playing in this tiny little place. And they kept promising them a new big normal arena. Just normal. Nothing crazy. Well, it never got built. So guess what they did? They moved. And they, for now, are
Immediately. Bye.
right, as soon as they could. For now, they're naming themselves the Utah Hockey Club. I think we could do better than that.
Are you gonna buy me a T-shirt while you're there?
Yeah, you want a
Plain
hockey
t-shirt.
Utah? I'll get you one. I haven't thought about it enough, but I'm going to think about it this weekend, what I would call them.
Okay.
I like naming teams. And I'm just telling anybody out there, if you make a camo uniform, you're going to sell more merch than anybody on earth.
Completely.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Completely.
I also thought good uniform colors would be gray and pink because Delta, the flight attendants for October for breast cancer awareness, mostly gray
Very cool.
on the dudes because it's a sport, so you don't want to see them all hot pink. That would be weird.
Yep.
Mostly gray, accents of pink. Wide open for the taking.
It's great.
Anyway, here's why I'm proud of Utah. The Delta Center recorded $120,000 in beer sales during Utah's win over the Blackhawks on Tuesday, more than any previous NBA or NHL event in the venue since 1991. A Mick Ultra, which was $13 at the Jazz's preseason tilt the night before, sold for $15. So it was $13 if you went to the preseason game. $15 for a beer. I know everybody bitches, but that's right in the middle.
Yep.
That's not. I've seen it higher.
Yep.
No bitching. $120,000 in beer sales.
You know
Good
who-
for you.
You know who could have helped? The Blackhawks fans coming in.
Well, yeah, it could have been a lot of Chicago people. I'd say Chicago people are definitely worth 80,000 of that.
Yes.
And then maybe we leave the rest to the Utahians, if that's how we say it.
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, there's like a helicopter going over. Jesus, what is up with all the... I don't know. It's flying very low.
What are you doing in your yard?
Here, I'm not doing anything. Right now, the cats have a bird trapped in the front porch. The door's open. It'll get out. It's a screened-in porch. I don't know what happened. They're way too short. They can't get to it. I try to get it out with a broom. Yeah, it's just them being bad.
Yeah. No problem.
One little piece of sporting news.
Okay.
Would you like to buy a Major League Baseball team?
Sure.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you won't? Okay.
This season's too long. I would lose interest. Minnesota Twins are up for sale.
Oh.
Oh, Minnesota can't lose them.
I loved Kirby Puckett. Gary Gaetti.
Kirby Puckett.
Remember him?
Gary Gotti.
Gary Gaetti.
Yes, I remember. Everybody remembers Kirby. He's a chubby little thing
Yeah.
that just pounded the ball.
Yeah, and he died at, like,
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. The owners of the Minnesota Twins have hired investment bank Allen and Company to explore the sale of Major League Baseball franchise. Well, I hope they sell it to someone that's going to keep it in Minnesota.
Right.
People shouldn't have to lose.
I know. That would be
The current ownership's been in place since 1984. No timeline was given on the sale of the process. This guy, the family that has them, Polad family, they bought the Twins for $44 million.
that seems cheap.
I know, with his family's 4-decade stint as owners, ranking as the fourth longest MLB behind the Yankees, the White Sox, the Phillies. The Twins have been valued at $1.4 billion
Cool.
and 1.7 by Forbes. The last team to change hands was the Baltimore Orioles, who were acquired by, but they stayed in Baltimore. That's Lewis's team. Him and Joan Jett are the only two people I know that are Orioles fans and say it out loud.
They're proud of it.
Yeah. I told Lou, get down there and throw out a first pitch, and then they didn't even make the playoffs.
Oh my god.
It was such a terrible summer.
Terrible.
It doesn't say if they're going to keep them there or not. But that may be an MLB thing, too. They may tell them stay or go. I don't know.
You know who should buy it?
Well, I can't think of any super rich.
Princess
My friend Nick Schwartzen,
Yes.
think he could come up with $1.4 billion. That's a lot more movies for Nick to make.
It's a lot of movies. The Prince Estate.
The Prince Estate. Prince wouldn't care about no baseball. He liked basketball. He liked basketball. I do know that. Speaking of indigenous people, because we were talking about that, this is kind of scary.
Okay.
Inuit elders, and there's a picture of a woman who looks to be about 380.
Okay.
Yep, and she's in.
It's hard living up there.
It's very hard living, and there's not a lot of lotion. I bet she needs some facial products.
There's no lotion.
They are saying as a warning, and they've warned NASA, and they're warning the world that the Earth has shifted. A new warning has come to NASA from the Inuits. They are warning that the change in climate is not due to global warming, but rather because of the Earth shifting a bit. Oh, new theory, new theory. Oh, Earth shifting. What does that even mean? Are we on our side?
We don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you what they think. The Inuits are local people that live in the Arctic regions of Canada, the United States, and Greenland. They are excellent weather forecasters, and so were their ancestors. Presently, they are warning NASA that the change of weather and earthquakes, blah, 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 are not due to global warming as the world thinks. So there you go. So all anti-climate change, there you go. Global warming. People that don't believe in global warming, here you go. Here's a little token for your pot. They state the Earth has shifted or wobbled. Their sky has changed. The elders declare that the sun rises at a different position now, not where it used to previously. They also have longer daylight to hunt. The sun is much higher than earlier, and it gets warmer much more quickly. Other elders across North also confirm the same thing about the sky changing when interviewed. They also allege that the position of the sun, moon, and stars have all changed, causing changes in temperature. This has also affected the wind. It is very difficult to predict the weather now, and according to them, predicting weather is necessary when you're living up there.
Wow.
All the elders confirm that it has shifted, wobbled, or tilted towards the north. This information provided by the Inuit elders has caused great concern in the NASA scientists.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, what are we supposed to do about it? We need like a space crane to tilt us back? Maybe it's just what's supposed to happen. Maybe that's why those doomsday preppers are on the right track, going down to Costco and buying space meals.
We need a scientific friend. We're sitting here drinking beer going,
Yeah, I'm drinking beer,
Let's
eating
get it
some sort of crazy potato chip. Speaking of Canada, this is not your fault, Paddles. This is our fault.
okay.
People are crazy. This is the kind of shit you won't hear on real news, but it is news, and you should know about it. A woman from China pleaded guilty to attempting to smuggle 29 eastern box turtles, a protected species, across a Vermont lake into Canada by kayak.
It's a border!
It is a border, but they figure nobody's on the other side of this quiet little lake that looks like from on Golden Pond. I'm going to get me some turtles, and I'm just going to row over there, and then the next thing you know, 2 Mounties come out dressed like those cartoon Mounties, and you're like, oh, shit.
What have you got in your bag?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Wan Yi Ji, 41 years old, was arrested on the morning of June 28th at an Airbnb in Cannon.
Of course.
As she was about to get into an inflatable kayak with a duffel bag on Lake Wallace, according to Border Patrol agents' affidavit filed in federal court. Agents had been noted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police that 2 other people, including a man who was believed to be her husband, had started to paddle an inflatable watercraft from the Canadian side of the lake towards the United States. I read it wrong the first time. Oh, she's
Canadian.
Well, she's Chinese. She's from China. She snuck into Canada.
Oh.
But see, they caught her before she even got going.
Nice.
The agents searched her heavy duffel bag and found 29 live eastern box turtles individually wrapped in socks. They're known to be sold on the Chinese black market for $1,000 each. Is this for their turtle soup? Seriously. What are they doing?
I think the French are into turtle soup.
The French are into turtle soup?
Yeah, I don't think that's a Chinese thing. We got to take that as a side thing.
It looks like a regular box turtle from Missouri. I don't understand what the big deal is. It looks exactly like the turtles I would catch as a kid.
Turtle soup. Oh, yeah. Oh.
What do they want it for?
Oh, God, they put it in the soup, like a whole turtle.
A whole turtle in a soup?
God. Is it legal in the U.S.? No.
No, it's not
No,
legal.
It says no. It's the first thing it's Googled.
Her cell phone was seized, and search by law enforcement found communications showing she tried to smuggle the turtles into Canada so that they could eventually be sold for profit in Hong Kong.
Soft-shelled turtle soup. Yeah.
She was living in Canada. This is your fault, Paddles.
Whoa.
She pleaded guilty.
She should. Wow.
Yeah, she's scheduled to be sentenced in December and faces up to 10 years in prison.
Oh, my God. This is crazy.
Even if you did all this, and let's say you were successful, $29,000 is not enough to go to prison for 10 years.
No.
No. Even if you're poor. It's not enough. And where'd you get the inflatable kayaks? You had to spend money on that.
Yeah. REI.
REI, right. You know, if you hit a Memorial Day sale,
Or in Canada,
Mountain Equipment Co-op.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You
all
gotta
right.
get a membership to that. Turtle
Get a
soup.
membership.
You do. You get one when you graduate from high school. It's awesome.
Who gives you one when you graduate from high school?
Any good parent.
Oh, a parent, not the company.
No.
All right. This was one of my favorite moments of the week, and you're going to have to go and look online at this. So, sorry I can't show you, but
Should know.
Bath and Body Works candle removed from stores when some say, actually, everyone says,
should say.
it looks like a KKK hood.
It does.
I don't know how many levels these things have to go through for approval. How many of you missed that? Here's our new candle. Bob, does it look good? Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And it keeps on going. Oh, my God. The snowflake design resembled the KKK hoods. Meant to be a nod to the folded snowflake cutout, you know, like you used to do when you were a kid. Make a snowflake where you cut it all out.
Yeah.
Huge swing and a miss.
Bad. Yes, terrible.
The company issued an apology on Thursday about the snowed-in 3-wick candle. At Bath & Body Works, we are committed to listening to our teams and customers and committed to fixing any mistakes we made, even those that are unintentional like this one. We apologize to anyone we've offended and are swiftly working to have this item removed and are evaluating our process for going forward.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
People were tweeting about it. Initially, I didn't see it, but now I can't unsee it. And then so it said nobody caught it. People are looking for reasons to be outraged. Nobody's outraged. It just looked like that. And I mean, I know it was a mistake. Nobody's going to do that on purpose. You'd only get outraged if you thought they did it on purpose.
Right.
It's funny because it was just a mistake.
Right.
And nobody caught it.
No. No.
People claiming they can't see it or gaslighting. It's staring you right in the face. No, it's only staring at you with 2 eyes because it has a hood on. Being offended is subjective. Just because you aren't doesn't mean other people's feelings are invalid. Okay, fine, whatever. Make your feelings known. It's not in first.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I thought Bed Bath and Body Works. I guess it's online. Where are they selling these things?
They're not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Right.
I think they went to the stores. That's why people were like, what the fuck?
I guess.
Yeah.
Here's a great story that maybe I should sit with on my own self. Because now, if I don't bring the cat food in, but they like it outside, that's their thing.
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
If I don't bring it in by dark, and it keeps getting darker earlier, sooner, and I'm not clicking into that, the raccoons come.
Because you're at pickleball.
Well, I'm at pickleball, and then I'll be like, shit, halfway through pickleball, I'm like, shit, and then Pinky Tito thinks he did something wrong, and I'm like, no, I forgot to bring the cat food in. And there's 3 small raccoons. They're kids. They're not the adults, because the adults can get very large. And they come up, and they just grab handfuls, and they're not afraid of me.
Really?
Handfuls. They take both hands and just scoop it up, and then if I yell at them, they go, bah! And they throw the food everywhere, and then they come back. It's a thing. But I do think they're cute, but I'm not feeding them on purpose.
Okay.
At all.
Thanks for getting ahead of that.
Well, this woman did
Okay.
in Washington, the state of. And she had to call,
I saw this.
she had to call 911 because she was being hounded by 100 raccoons. That's the thing. Once they find out where the party is. But I could say the same of the cats, as Cedric woke me up this morning sitting right outside waiting for breakfast. Hello, lady. I'm like,
I
oh,
see you're home.
I think, yeah. Your friend Aubrey was great, but I'd like a little more time.
Wow.
The woman reported having to flee her property after 50 to 100 raccoons descended upon it and were acting aggressively. She told the deputies she started feeding a family raccoons decades ago, and it was fine until about 6 weeks earlier when the number went up from 5 to 100.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Free food. Somebody, and I'm sure the original 5 were like, fuck, who told everybody? We had a good thing going here. For years and years and years, this lady would feed us.
Totally.
And now all these jackasses from the next city,
Wow.
she said the raccoons were becoming increasingly more aggressive, demanding food, and they would hound her day and night, scratching outside of her home at the door. If she pulled up in her car, they would surround the car, scratch it, surround her if she went from her front door to the car or went outside. They saw this as a food store, so they kept going back to it, and they kept expecting food. It's not clear what caused their numbers to balloon suddenly. No laws were broken.
We're moving.
God, can you imagine you go out and there's 100? While it's illegal to feed large carnivores such as bears or cougars, it's not illegal to do this. Some municipalities have laws against it. It is currently not against this state law. Theirs to do it. Regardless, the agency discourages people from feeding wild. Raccoons, for example, can carry diseases, and food can attract other predators, such as coyotes and bears. Maybe there. Coyote here. I've seen 2 in my life in the yard.
Those raccoons.
About 5 in the morning, just gallivanting down by the lake.
Here?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Your raccoons look like monkeys.
They kind of do look like monkeys.
Yeah. They're skinny and weird.
It's a 90-minute car ride where she lives and a ferry ride northwest of Seattle. So that would be freakish. If you're used to 5 and you go out and there's 100, like, holy shit show. Here's a little something interesting from a termite. This is from termite research assistant Claudia. I don't know how I missed this. So Quick Trip gas stations, so very proud to say, are from Kansas City.
Are they?
Yes. Yes. Was ranked 2nd in the nation in best convenience stores.
Oh.
Yep. And it was based, this survey was conducted based on 5,710 randomly selected customers. It was between March and September of this year. Do you want to guess what number 2 was nationally?
Buc-ee's?
Nope.
Okay.
Pennsylvania-based Wawa.
Oh, I like a Wawa.
Wawas are great.
Yeah.
Store of 82. Quick Trip came in 2nd. Buc-ee's came in 3rd at 80%. Here's the thing. Wawa's run in, run out. Buc-ee's is an experience. I can't even compare them.
No.
I would compare Quick Trip and Wawa. And I think because where they're located,
Yep.
Quick Trips are never as crowded.
Agreed.
Wawas can get
Yep.
kind of packed, and it's discouraging sometimes, especially late at night. And then I always think if I was a kid and I was 16, my parents wouldn't have allowed it, but I would be like, I want to work the midnight shift at Wawa.
Oh, wow.
to see crazy ass people.
Everybody's drunk.
And shit faced or crazy, but I also think I might get hurt. But I don't think you can count Buc-ee's with that. Buc-ee's is an experience. But congratulations to Quick Trip in Kansas City. So there you go. If you ever see one and you think, oh, I've never been in, have at it. I don't know why Love's didn't make it either.
QT, right? The big
QT,
sign?
yeah. But it's some of them actually spell out Quick Trip. But
Love's is so trucker. Like the truckers love it.
Love's because they cater to the truckers.
Yeah.
This is all you hear when you're in Love's. Shower number 37. Your shower is ready. And I'm like, I've always wondered, are there any truckers listen? Are their showers good? Like,
I don't know.
I do wonder. It's at a gas.
Truckers listening.
That's what I said. Are there any truckers? Écoutez-moi.
Yeah. Truck nights.
I've got 2 McDonald's announcements.
2 of them.
2.
Okay.
It's a big week at McDonald's.
Okay.
McDonald's quietly confirms the return of a fan favorite sandwich, but it will only be around for 4 weeks. Guess what it is? Guess what season it is?
Thanksgiving.
It
Today
is.
is Thanksgiving.
Today's your Thanksgiving, Paddles.
Oh, okay.
No, this has what? When did McDonald's have a Thanksgiving season?
I don't know.
Never.
Well, maybe it's a Thanksgiving sandwich.
No. The thing is, this sandwich does not match the season. It's fall now, and they're bringing back the McRib.
What?
Yep.
Gross.
I can't think of anything more gross than a McRib
horrible.
from McDonald's. And I like their cheeseburgers, I like their ice cream, and I used to like their fries till they made them healthy.
it.
Now I don't want their fries. Yeah, 4 weeks you can get the McRib. It's got chopped onions, it's pork, and it has pickles on it. It's returning to America from November 27th.
Wow. That's gross.
They're trying to win customers back. I've never even been with somebody in a car who ordered a McRib. There are so many places to get good barbecue in America.
Or a better sandwich at McDonald's.
Or a better sandwich at McDonald's, right? Why would you, out of all the things to order at McDonald's, like, yeah, man, and their sauce looks so sweet, it makes me want to vomit. Like, I don't mind red sauce. Yeah, theirs is too,
So weird.
it's like purple.
It's like Chinese food.
Yeah,
sauce.
it's too saucy. Yeah, it looks like Kung Pao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kung Pao everything. Ugh.
Yeah, you're a little late on this. This was made up in 1982, the McRib, by the way. They have a new president, Joel Erlinger. Joel, this is a terrible idea. Terrible. Nobody gives a shit about the McRib, and then you got to have all that separate stuff just for that.
Yeah.
It was discontinued in 1985 after low sales, but returned in 1989. It was broadly available until 2005. Okay, you've had to cancel it twice, Joe. Let's not do that again.
No.
Wow. They should ask normal people to come to these meetings. Just 10 normal people. Right. How many of you guys would, okay, today you can have anything you want from McDonald's.
Right.
Out of 10, how many think say McRib? 0.
0.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, here's their theory. That bringing it back for a limited time will spur some interest and foot traffic for McDonald's while its performance is flagging, at a time when its performance is flagging.
Because you have a McRib. And a chicken Big Mac. Come on.
Germany's had it on the menu but in Germany there is no other barbecue.
No.
Right. It returned to Canada in January.
Sorry, I know.
Yep. You're starting this shit up there.
No. We love Jack Daniel's sauce.
Now, I'm going to tell you what else they've decided to do.
What?
Just because these are things you need to know if you're on the road.
Yep.
Their highly anticipated chicken Big Mac drops at U.S. restaurants this month. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an enormous sandwich, which is ridiculous. It has 2 chicken patties. 1, 1, 2, 3 pieces of bread, a bun, a layer, and then the bottom. Fans have been clamoring for McDonald's chicken Big Mac with a twist on the original Big Mac. Well, the original Big Mac was meat.
Yep.
That's hardly a twist.
Yep. It's got like 3 buns or something. A lot of buns.
It starts on October 10th, so it started with participating locations while supplies last. Oh, stop that. You don't need to put while supplies last anymore. That's so 1970s.
There's a bird flu.
While supplies last. There is a bird flu. The birds are all sick. That's why eggs are costing more. It's not because of Joe Biden. I'm so sick of hearing that. I'm like, there's a bird flu epidemic. There's an actual goddamn reason for it.
Joe Biden hates birds.
Joe Biden's got issue. I get it. I'm not getting political. I'm just saying, don't blame gas prices. Anytime people blame gas prices or eggs on who's ever president.
Right.
I don't care. Nobody should get the credit and nobody should get the blame.
No.
It's just things happen in life. One bird got the flu, then he made out with a bird and another bird, and they're all making out.
Is that how it's contracted?
And that's what I decided.
No, you don't know.
Oh my God. They're serving up more than just a sandwich. This is truly for everyone to enjoy in the campaign and bringing experiences. See, but this is going to hurt the regular chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
What are we doing
I
here?
don't think I've ever had one.
Oh my God. They should come up with like a sub sort of sandwich.
A Thanksgiving one.
A Thanksgiving sub. It's got dressing
Yes.
and turkey.
People would love it.
Probably.
Wawa has it.
Oh, they spotted a similar sandwich in McDonald's, inspired by all the buzz, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. The secret is out. It's got 2 chicken patties in the place of 2 all beef patties. This unique taste gives fans what they crave, blah, blah. I'm seeing all kinds of other crap on there too, so be careful when you order it. If you don't want pickles and all that nonsense, you're going to have to say it.
We gotta go get one.
You're gonna
Check
have
it out.
You know what? I will go get one. I'll try one for fun.
Just see how big it is. Whew,
Exactly.
crazy.
All right. Southwest reveals when and how it will get rid of open seating.
Okay.
Southwest fans?
What do you mean?
Southwest Airlines.
Thank you. I know.
I thought you said, what do you mean?
I did, but I thought open seating. I got it. Yeah. Finally.
It's not going to go away for more than a year. You have 1 year left. Hello, my comedian friend Aaron Weber. He loves Southwest.
This is happening in a year from now?
It's going to take that long. They got to reconfigure the whole plane.
Stop it. No, you don't.
And then I read they're going to Europe. You couldn't pay me $1 billion. What are Southwest? They're all the same. 737s.
737s.
That's just not big enough to go to Europe. They got so excited because they introduced a flight from Nashville to Iceland, which I would love, a direct flight. But it's on a 737. No, I'm not going over the ocean.
Over the water.
No.
No.
I'll go over the Mississippi
Right.
because I know I can swim it. Well, I might drown, but I know I can see land.
Right.
Oh, it's going to take a year. You'll be able to book a reserved seat in late 2025, and those seats will start to become available on flights in early 2026. 2026.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to be a hot minute. This cattle call is going to go on and on and on.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's their investors. They're like, look, we're missing out on all this extra money. They confirm that they will continue to allow passengers to check up to 2 bags for no fee. That's great.
Yeah.
That is great. Because these other ones, they do it and then they keep raising it and raising it. And, Spirit, I don't know what it is now to check a bag, $840. That's how they get you right there at the airport. And it can't weigh more than 2 pounds. The U.S. airline industry collected $3.7 billion in baggage fees in just the first half of this year, according to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, with just 1% of that coming from Southwest, who checked more than 2 bags. Okay. So Southwest is doing a very, very nice thing by not jacking you around on that. They could say you could check one and then pay for the other, but they're not.
It's expensive to check.
But I also don't know how long will that actually go on.
It's $125 to check a bag.
Oh, 125 on who?
Southwest. To check after your second.
After your second.
And that's with business.
Oh yeah, I had to do that for golf clubs.
Well, there you go.
I have 2 feel-good stories.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is great. In Nashville, this story came out of Nashville. Cities are using sheep to graze in urban landscapes, and people love it. Just along the Cumberland River, north of downtown Nashville, Tennessee, tourists on party pontoon floats. Everything's a
party.
Everything is a party vehicle with drunk people just going, I love it. Doesn't matter if they see a bar or if they see a bunch of sheep. Hundreds of sheep are along the Cumberland River, nibbling along the grass on the riverbank. The urban sheep herder who manages his flock, Zach, said sometimes the tourist boats will go out of their way to let passengers get a closer glimpse of the Nashville Chew Crew.
I love it.
They should have merch. See if they have T-shirts. Grazing a few hundred yards from the densely populated residential and commercial. The joy people get is partially why they are becoming trendy workers in some urban areas. They should have always been used.
Yes.
Yeah. I was seeing if there was any other cities that I can tell you that are using them. But if you see them out there,
That'd be cool.
yeah, well, they're a wonderful thing to keep your grass down.
Yes.
Just as good as And they don't go to the bathroom as much as goats.
They go a lot, though.
They do go
At
a
one
lot. So
time
you're going to have a whole yard full of sheep shit. But your yard will be well manicured.
Exactly.
And these aren't people's yards. It's just along the Cumberland River.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch where you walk.
Yeah. Here's our last feel-good story. I'm going to do some thank yous and quotes. I have a new Frida book. Hers are pretty dark, though. Her quotes are very dark.
Yeah. Her art was
They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're coming to America. China's newest panda diplomats are headed for Washington. They're on their way, Washington, D.C.
fantastic.
Coming to the Washington National Zoo. Bao Li and King Bao, both 3 years old, left the giant panda research base in such and such, a city near the bear's native habitat in the mountains of southwest China on Monday night local time.
Cool.
They will board a specifically chartered FedEx Boeing 777 cargo jet dubbed the Panda Express. It will take off for Washington in a few hours. We have prepared corn buns, bamboo shoots, carrots, water, and medicine to ensure the pandas are met with the right, their needs are met during the flight. What about television? Do they have live TV? Do you have movies for them to watch? What are they supposed to do this whole time?
Animal Planet.
Right. And then we know if you listen to podcasts, they took them back and then they're giving them back, but they're on their way.
Nice.
That's a wonderful story.
That's great.
I think we still have the two. The male, Bao Li, appeared very calm and composed as he slowly paced around his crate. King Bao, the petite female, was more restless. She stood up and stuck out her snout and paws through the bars of her crate as she was forklifted into the truck. So they're on their way. A send-off ceremony was held earlier on Monday at a hotel near the base, joined by a delegation from the Washington Zoo and some representatives of the Chinese province of Sichuan to help.
Szechuan.
No, it's something different. To help with the transition.
Great.
Bao Li has deep family roots in Washington. His mother, Bao Bao, was born a celebrity at the National Zoo in 2013. She later returned to China. His grandparents, Mizing and Tintin, lived at the zoo for 23 years. After their lease ended last year. He reminds me a lot of his grandpa, Tintin, a panda zookeeper said. Bao Li looks almost identical to him, so it's almost like having Tintin Jr. Very comfortable ride. They got to go a long, long way. They've spent the last 2 days getting to know the two pandas and working with them and seeing what they liked and what they didn't like. Yeah. They will not be on public display. They will be placed in quarantine. And then they'll be let out. I don't know how long they're going to have to stay. Call ahead. Call in advance while supplies last. Bao Li loves bamboo shoots and can eat twice as much as King Bao, who counts on carrots and apples as her favorite food.
Nice.
It's going to be very hard to say goodbye. People were very, very sad.
When they were interviewed.
They will have a comfortable ride, though it's going to be a very long ride. And the Washington Zoo is totally prepared and very excited.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's our feel-good story.
Quick question.
Yeah.
A lot of termites want to know how your mom's doing.
How my mom is doing? She's doing very good. Very good on all fronts. And, yeah, she's doing her thing.
Okay.
I got to get her gambling. That's what I got to do.
Gambling?
Yeah, I want to take her to, there's a casino in Booneville, Missouri, named after who? Daniel Boone.
Nice.
The whole city is named after Daniel Boone. Yeah, there's a casino there. She likes to go to that one because it's not so far from her house. So that's going to be the Thanksgiving outing at some point.
Gambling. I like it.
Yes, we're going gambling.
Cool.
Well, she keeps finding money my dad put in envelopes, just they're cash stashes. He called it his cash stash.
Just everywhere?
Oh, yeah. They're in books.
Oh.
She found $2,000 somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, might have been in his underwear drawer.
That's
I don't know.
Significant money.
It's money. Yeah.
It's not like
It's tempting when I'm there, I think. I'm going to go look through some shit in here and find some stuff. I wouldn't take it. But, yeah, I mean, every book you got to go. And, yeah, if you find a white envelope, you're in luck. So far, nothing bad's been in there. Nothing but cash.
the best Easter ever.
I don't know what he thought was going to happen, why they would need. I think it was gambling money.
And he hid it from himself.
He hid it from himself, but maybe her too, because he gambles more than her. And he says, "Oh, I've only lost 300, but really it was 8." Yeah.
A little rounding
because she actually tells the truth and sticks to her number. So if she says, I'm taking $150 to the casino, when she's done, she's like, let's leave. But the rest of us are like, go to the ATM, freak. We're not leaving. We just got here a half hour ago. Well, I've spent all my money. Well, be lenient with yourself. Go get some more money. And then, but if I give her 100, she'll take it.
No problem.
But she won't go get it. But then I found out sometimes she's been hiding that to go to TJ Maxx. She goes into the buffet and hangs around and talks to people. And I'm like, so the gambling money I gave you in the casino to go gamble, you secretly shoved in your bra or your purse and are saving it for TJ Maxx. I will also take you to TJ Maxx, Mom. You don't have to have these secret things. These are money games she plays with herself. I don't know. She always acts like there may not be any more income. Meanwhile, there's 7 kids. Everybody makes a fine living. It's a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's self-flagging. I don't get it.
It's the opposite of you.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite of me or my dad. My dad would have been throwing an ATM over trying to get another 200. I just got to get going here. Troy, New York. These are my thank yous. Oh my God, this lady made a flower design, and Baby Cat was part of the design.
Oh, wow.
It was the craziest thing
Made
I've
a
ever
baby
seen.
cat out of flowers.
Yeah, she made Baby Cat out of flowers.
Cool.
Gray and white, pink nose, the whole deal.
Fantastic.
That was from Donna and her husband, Tony. I got my Vermont lottery tickets. I did not win, but thank you for the scratch-offs. I scratched off all 5 of them. A lot of stuff from Heather and Shan, a local beer, and my fire pin, which is right here, which is for one of my jean jackets,
Cool.
which I really like, and that is from Schenectady. That's a hard place to grow up in because you have to be able to spell Schenectady.
Like, immediately.
Yeah, that's Termite Bridget and beer guy Sam. Sam chose the local beer. Thank you. Devo's Rainbow Orchard Cider Donuts. That's a thing up in the new. I don't know if it's just Vermont. I don't know.
Everywhere.
It's
all,
everywhere.
All pumpkin patches.
All pumpkin patches have apple cider
You
donuts.
said those were great, though.
They were really good.
Yeah.
I'd have never seen those in the Midwest. Maybe we don't know about them. Maybe I just missed them.
Right.
Those are twin termites, Jill and Emily. By the way, my sister's twins were sick. One felt sick, so she took her to the doctor, and then got home, and the other one goes, I'm sick too. So then she took the other one, and the lady's like, did you just bring the same person in here twice? Like, did we not fulfill your needs?
Can we talk about this?
My sister's like, no, they're separate people. Funyun chips, local beers, Termite Kelly, a stuffed Bigfoot, and my Gilded Age card. She gave me a Gilded Age card of Troy, New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
That's awesome.
That's from Cheryl. I gotta mark these off, or I'm gonna not read these right. And then I'm gonna do the quotes. We're gonna get the hell out of here, and I have to go get ready for pickleball. I gotta start stretching out.
Stretching out.
Local beer patty from Selkirk, New York. I don't know where that. Local pumpkin beer. Oh, the pumpkin beer was very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm shocked you drank the pumpkin beer. Good for you.
Well, I tried it. I know. That's from Germite Colin and his cat Miss Lily.
He's a Gurmite.
He's a Gurmite. Yeah.
His cat's name what?
Miss Lily.
That's cute.
It's very cute.
Yeah,
I know. People have really good names for animals in general. Bigfoot T-shirt and the Sasquatch Festival information in case I would have time to attend. That's from Kathleen P, spelled with a K. Properly. Ha.
Yeah.
Halloween beer, pumpkin bucket, and greenies. And greenies, much appreciated. There's somebody brought a thing called wheelies. It's the only other snack they've even eaten. Baby Cat went crazy. They're super picky. They will fucking eat around everything to take the greenies out and then just leave me a pile of crap. They taste them and then they spit them out so they're wet. And then, then they're on the floor in the family room. And I'm like,
Cats are dicks.
they're
not
they
feral.
have it. They're not feral.
Not feral.
Well, Kato maybe. Burlington, Vermont. The state I'm like, look at this. This is so because Chapo will only jump in your lap if you have a blanket on.
Not feral.
That's his
Oh my
rule.
God.
And he yells until I get a blanket. He has a real deep, scratchy voice.
Wow.
Yeah, this blanket is so pretty. Look at this.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, and it's super thick. And winter is a coming. By the because I googled.
The Vermont.
It's the Vermont Flannel Company. I guess it's a thing because the people backstage knew it. The locals were like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" They thought it was awesome. That's from Termite Laura.
How cool is that?
It's very cool. And it's like enough black and red that the cat hair won't show up so much. Local beer from Termites Leah, Tanya, Tegan, Maggie, and Sadie. Local Miller River Lager. That was very good. I tasted that. And greenies for Cedric. Cedric gets his own stash of greenies. I can't keep. Well, I need to keep these 3 pigs away, or he's too scared. Like they freak him out. They're not even doing anything. But anyway, that's from Termite Stinta and her cat Josie
I can't
Ada.
believe you have another cat.
Well, like people say, they choose you. It's not coming inside. Only baby cat, really. Local Big Bomb moisturizing products, very nice, and beer koozie from Termite Lindsay. Cabot Creamery popcorn, and that a golf themed beer was from Vermites. That's a good Vermont termites. Tom and their kitty Jerry Lee. I wonder if that's after Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't know. And then I want to read you guys this card because it made me laugh. There's a few that have made me laugh. This is the one. This is a birthday card. Baby cat might be there, but I hope you had a relaxing birthday and a fun trip with Lewis. Thanks for all you do. I have no doubt we'd be great friends. P.S. When my husband and I were picking out this card, he rolled his eyes and said, "You act like you know her." And this is from Melanie, loyal termite, and Ron, not a termite. Okay. All right, Ron. Ron, come on, man. I don't need you, Ron. Neither does Melanie. Not really.
Come into the light, Ron.
I'll read these. This one, these people sent me a picture of their cats. They're both black. They're very cute. Thanks for the awesome Pubcast. It really makes us laugh. Best wishes, and hope you get a kick. You kick Lewis's butt on the golf course. That's a given.
I think you did.
That's from Ann and Henry in New York. All right, let's do 2 quotes. Let's do Snoop Dogg.
Oh, nice.
No, let's do Frida first because they're dark.
Yeah, they're all dark.
Oh, this one's not so dark. Oh. Take a lover who looks at you like maybe you are a bourbon biscuit.
Oh, I like it.
All right.
A bourbon biscuit.
Bourbon. What's a bourbon biscuit?
Biscuit with bourbon on it.
I guess. Okay, Frida.
In Mexico, what's a bourbon biscuit? I'll look it up.
Let's look at Snoop. I've been watching a lot of P. Diddy videos.
There's a lot going on.
Snoop's in a couple of them. Well, this is where my whiteness comes into play too much. They could tell me the story about the East Coast, West Coast rapper thing a million times, and I keep forgetting who's on which side.
I don't know.
It's too confusing. And then who killed Tupac? I've watched a million shows. I should know this shit by now. I can't retain it. This is Snoop Dogg. Snoop on gangster rap albums having stickers to warn buyers of offensive and threatening content. Interview with David Schleff, Playboy. This is 1995. Okay. If you don't like my words, go get some gospel shit or jazz shit or some whiter shit. Okay, that's good advice, Snoop. Thank you. Yep. Hi. Do you have a jazz shit area? I'd like to get some old CDs or cassettes. Okay, termites. Fire, and you ready for it? All right.